Yo, 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 welcome back. You're listening to Nerd Package De Niro. Follow the pack, follow the pack. I hope you like the trailer. Alright, let's get stuck in. Right away, we're introduced to Cecilia Reyes, the medical doctor. Funny enough, she's actually a real character in the comics. However, I'm not too sure whether her abilities in the comics are going to be the abilities she has in the film. Maybe she might not even be a real character. She actually might be a mental projection from the villain, which is Demon Bear. We're introduced to Cannonball, Wolfsbane, Sunspot, Magik, and Mirage. Let me explain how all their powers work individually. The first character we see showing their powers is Cannonball. He has the ability to generate, I think it's like thermal chemical energy. It sort of releases from his skin, which allows him to sort of propel himself into the air at great heights, and he's able to sort of maneuver himself, at great speeds. He's able to also manifest like a force field, so it's like it's invulnerable, really. So it sort of protects him as he sort of flies through the air. The way his powers work, for me, almost resembles Nova's abilities. Then we're introduced to Wolfsbane. I think she's Scottish, and she sort of transforms into a wolf. Now, I don't know whether she turns into a wolf completely, like in Twilight, where it's like massive, or like maybe like a dire wolf, like in Game of Thrones. Irony, because she's in Game of Thrones. Or maybe it's like the wolf in Teenage Werewolf. Is it called Teenage Werewolf? With Michael J. Fox. So I'm not too sure how she may end up looking in the movie. Naturally, she's gonna have enhanced senses, so her hearing, sight, and smell is gonna be similar to a wolf, but obviously, far superior strength. She's gonna be fast, obviously very agile, basically like a wolf, just humanoid. Then we have Sunspot. He has the ability to manipulate solar energy. I know, when you look at him, he reminds you of Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four. There's a few similar traits between them. However, their powers, work differently. The character laying on the bed that Cecilia Reyes, the medical doctor, is speaking to, she's referring to as Danny, which is Mirage. She has the ability to project illusions based on the fears and desires of people. Watching the trailer, it does look like everyone's in a dream state, as if everyone's going through a similar nightmare. Now it's like, is everyone going through Mirage's nightmare? Is she putting her nightmare in everyone else's mind, and everyone's sort of suffering all together, as if everyone's basically connected through one dream? Then we see the little sister to one of my favourite characters, Colossus. We see Magik. From the trailer, it seems like she has the abilities that I do remember. She can teleport through time and space. She has the ability to manipulate magic, like kind of a sorcerer. She wears armor, but in the trailer you can see that she sort of manifests the armor via magic, I'm going to assume. And the soul sword, as you can see when she sort of jumps through one of her teleportation portals. So far, I'm happy with how they've portrayed her character in the trailer. The fact that she is the little sibling of Colossus, a character already on the big screen, just means that, it's a segue for them to eventually, one day in the future, link New Mutants with the Deadpool series. It'll be funny to see how Colossus takes his little sister. He's very sort of law-abiding do-gooder, and she seems like she's very on the dark side. She's very she's very aware of what she can do, and she seems like, she owns it. So I feel like she would definitely get on with Deadpool in terms of how violent they both are. But yeah, man, it'll definitely be good to see brother-sister relationship that they have or had, or maybe get a little bit of their backstory, together, how they separated and stuff like that. It does seem like they've been like an insane asylum or like a prison type location. The way like you see the shots of them locking the door, they have like little like group meetings where everyone sits in a circle, and Cecilia Reyes is in the middle, and the scene where you see Mirage tied down to the bed and has like a gas mask on her face. It's almost like they're being kept there against their will. We see that both Mirage and Magik realize they're not in the hospital and that where they are isn't safe. We even see a clip where Mirage goes to the edge and touches the force field, which brings me back to Cecilia Reyes, because she actually has the ability to generate a protective biofield around herself. but maybe with the assistance of Demon Bear, he might have been her battery pack to maybe boost her ability to make a force field big enough to cover the entire hospital or insane asylum. We see a flashback of Mirage and her father running away from an explosion. If I remember, it was Demon Bear that killed her parents. It does seem like they're keeping this very close to the original storyline. I like the scene where Cecilia went round a circle and asked everyone to explain how their powers broke out, and the flashbacks allowed us to see how their powers work and how it would look when we eventually see the movie. Mirage was talking to Wolfsbane and she was telling her that she saw something that Cecilia didn't want her to see, and I think that I'm going to assume that because of the way her powers work, maybe she was able to bring the reality of maybe what Cecilia's thinking when maybe she had been approached by Demon Bear. That made it obvious to Mirage that where they are isn't a real place, or everything is a massive dream, and where they are isn't safe, and it could actually be that someone is controlling everything that they're seeing. But I still think it might be in connection with Mirage. Mirage seems like she's going to be the leader of the team. She's going to be like, you know, the Tony Stark. She's going to be, you know, the Xavier. She's going to be the main leader of the New Mutants. Number one, because I feel like this film is based around her. I feel like her powers are probably the reason why everyone's in this nightmare state. And also, she's the one that's saying basically we can get through this together. And I like the way that like all you see the different shots of everyone sort of now, not that they haven't accepted their powers, but everyone now embracing their abilities and just sort of, you know, going for it. You see Sunspot, you know, fully going, you know, full black, you know, where he sort of like at his ultimate stage. You see Cannonball firing up his arms, and then you see Magik, you know, getting her armored. I think it's like a magical armor or like a mystic armor ready. Oh, it looks sick. If you actually catch the clip, you see the red eyes from Demon Bear himself in that sort of black sort of mystical cloud where Magik jumps through her portal with her soul sword ready to fight him. It just looks sick. Alright guys, well let me know what you think. If you like the trailer, let me know. If you think it can link with the X-Men, whether it might be too dark for Marvel, whether Marvel is even ready for horror films, or, you know, whether, you know, we've been prepped enough for a film like this. Let me know. But yeah, I definitely feel like it's, you know, it's definitely going to be a good change. And like I said, make sure you subscribe. I'm a bit slow on this, but I'm going to try to keep it up and do the most that I can. Like I always say, follow the pack. I'll see you next time.